Hey guys, I'm Nagesh once again, co-owner and key business strategist at Edulley. Here in this video, we're going to be talking about why a Canadian student visa is refused and what you should do to maximize your chances to get the visa. This video is relevant for anybody who is applying for Canadian study permit. If you haven't still subscribed to this channel, then please subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified about our upcoming videos. In the first place, don't ever be sad if you get refused. You are not alone in this race. Every year, on an average, about 30% of all the student visas applications are put down, which means that every 100 applications, 30 applications are refused on average across countries, though the refusal rate across countries could vary. Let's understand the visa officer's psychology. A visa officer or an entry clearance officer is not there to refuse your applications, rather to help you so you don't suffer when you reach a particular destination. For instance, what if a guy with 5.5 overall IELTS band gets an entry into a master's program offered by Brock University? He will not only waste his money but also time and regret his decision later. All the scrutiny is to make sure that only qualified students get it. The visa officer wants to see as much information as possible in your profile. If you obscure some information or present only half information, could mean a refusal. Make sure you don't just give any blunt statement. Anything and everything should have its proper reasons and explanation. For example, if you say my country has less employment opportunities, then put some facts associated that proves your statement. Keep unified approach and stick to your plans. Don't change your statement. Even though dual intentions in Canada are accepted, yet it jeopardizes your chances to get a visa. For instance, if you have a parallel express entry applications and applying for study visas, can create doubt about the authenticity of your claims. The visa officer also wants to see about your possible routes that ties you back home. Please understand that this is a student visa which is misused quite a few times, and the visa officer wants to know your primary intention should not be anything other than study. Now let's understand why a Canadian student visa is refused. Number one, high demand for Canadian study permit is one of the reasons why the scrutiny is becoming stringent. Most recently, due to the unfamiliar policies of the Trump government for international students, scaled up the influx of international students higher on Canadian side. Also due to affordability and easy settlement options, Canada has become number one destinations favored by international students. Number two, your visa chances also slightly depend on the place you get it. The visa accept rate in Quebec is higher than Ontario. Not only that, a visa success depends on many factors: the student cap, employment availability, labor demand, and skill shortage. Number three, if your intentions are not clear about what you wanted to do, it might get refused. Make sure that your profile speaks it rightly for you. It becomes really hard to overturn the decision later, so make sure you do everything right from the beginning. Number four, if you don't have strong roots that ties you back home, it is most likely to be a refusal. And not having strong ties is one of the common refusal reasons, and about 70% of all applications refuse only for this particular reason. Number five, if your academic grades are poor consistently or you had a lot of backlogs, your visa might get refused again. It shows that it will be hard for you to cope up with a particular program that you are applying in Canada. Number six, also if you get into a course that is not relevant to your course or the previous studies, it makes you an ingenuine student to obtain a visa too. Number seven, if you have low language proficiency score, you might get refused as well. Number eight, if your financial capacity is not up to the mark, you might get refused, as there are high chances that you can be involved in casual employment or you would not be able to focus on your studies rightly. Now let's understand the most common refusal reasons in details. Now, if you peek carefully on screen, you can see that some of the most common refusal reasons, and 75% of all applications are refused only based on the first refusal reason that's being highlighted on screen. Now, to handle your first refusal reasons, you need to specifically include your home ties. Home ties could be anything that ties you back home. It can be anything: your kids, wife, your dependent parents, any properties, sabbatical leave, or employment opportunities after the course completion in your home country, or any other social obligation that ties you back home. Second reason could be anything related to your academics, poor English language proficiency score, backlogs, or anything else. However, if the refusal reason is still unknown and the mentioned points in your refusal letter looks vague, you can apply for the GCMS notes. Reading through the GCMS notes can help you understand the exact point where your application was refused, so that you can address that rightly in your next attempt. If you keep applying without addressing the problem or refusal points on your profile, no matter how long you try, it's always going to be a refusal. Here is a sample GCMS notes of a particular applicant. Using GCMS notes, you can know the exact reason of your refusal. You can obtain the GCMS notes of your applications by applying on the link given in the description box. Now, finally talk about how do we avoid the refusals. What are the corrective actions we can take to maximize our chances to get a visa? Now, for certain, the decision is not in your hand, but if you don't present yourself rightly, then you will have to suffer the consequences. A lot of misguided students provide partial information or write something absurd which kept them refused or even banned for a few years. Number one reason: your statement of purpose is the most important document in this journey. It's the only document that speaks on your behalf. Since there is no face-to-face interactions with the visa officer, this is the only opportunity to speak. Make sure you present yourself in the best way possible. Doesn't matter if you're applying for the first time or being refused before. Number two, if you're reapplying your visa after your refusal, make sure to give the humble justifications of your refusal points as inscribed on your refusal letter, and make sure that your application is better than before and highlighted points have been addressed rightly. Number three, including strong home ties is one of the most important aspect of your statement. No matter how good your statement looks, if you are not including the strong ties to your country of residence, then be ready to face the refusal. 4. Obscuring the information could result in refusals. Don't hide any information pertaining to your travel history, previous refusal, express entry profile, relationship, or anything related. Now here's a list of questions that IRCC has published on their websites, and they expect every single applicant to answer these questions specifically or include some related information. You can get a link to those questions in the description box below. Your answers to these questions can help the visa office in making a better decision on your application. I hope you find this information helpful. If you still have some questions, please comment and we will revert as soon as possible. We'll be back soon with some more interesting information. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel before signing out.